Hey, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're gonna actually finish welding the exhaust and hopefully get the gauge cluster put in, so come along. Yeah, so if you watched last episode, we talked about taking the car to the track and some things that we needed to fix before we go back. I got welding gas, so we're gonna weld the exhaust up today. And I've got my cluster and a mount made, so hopefully we'll get that all put in the car too and wired up. And then the last thing that we're gonna have to do is wheel speed, which we probably won't tackle in this video, but we will get it figured out. I'm pretty sure I know what I need to do to get it to work. So, first things first, Jason is going to help me get this tack welded up. And then once we got it tacked, we'll probably pull it off the car. I probably won't film it, I'll probably just weld it. And once it's all done, reinstall it and go from there. Right, Jason?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a lot easier to weld it off the car.
Yeah, obviously we'll need it on there for fitment right away.
You know, I think I'm gonna put the clamp around that. Every time I move it, it doesn't seem to fit right.
It doesn't. There's definitely gaps and stuff like that in it.
Yeah. Which end do you want to weld bigger holes, I guess?
I would like both to be a somewhat equal hole.
That's the problem.
I had it, Jason. You kept moving it.
Trust me, I probably had it 3 times already too.
I think that'll probably be pretty okay to hopefully pull it down and weld it. Obviously, let's not manhandle it down, but
Easier said than done. We'll do our best.
yeah, I think we'll be all right. What's with the little ratchet?
What's that?
What's with this baby little ratchet?
I don't know. That's the one I found. Here, you want a bigger one?
It's fine. It just threw me off guard.
Well, you know, I don't want to tighten things too tight and break them. So.
Just go set it on the table back there. And
Certainly comes out a lot easier than it goes in.
you're right. Cool, I'm gonna weld that all up. I'm not really gonna do that on camera because it's just welding. So once that's done, we'll throw it back in and then we can get on to doing the gauge cluster. Cool, we got it all put back on and everything and tightened down, so we can check that off the list before we go to the track. And I got the screen mounted to the adapter here. So let's try and put that in. And then if I have pins and everything like that, I'm gonna try and get it hooked up, fingers crossed. So let's get the car down and hopefully get it bolted in and go from there. What I'll probably have to do too is getting the steering wheel straightened out. Let's see. Ooh, I think it's gonna be good. I also want to get the can lines hooked up, well, plugged in. I could have swore these were, I think I'm gonna drill them out. Oh, my drill's up at the house. Well, let me see. I might have one down here. Nope, it's up at the house. Well, it is way too late for me to just go up there. Yeah, so come back probably tomorrow and try it again. Well, I don't know exactly when the last time I filmed for this episode was. We were trying to get the car ready to go. We were trying to get the car ready to go testing. Got the exhaust all fixed. We were working on getting the wheel speed sensor fixed. Didn't quite get to that. I think I just need to add a resistor. But we, in the process of that, got my Pontiac here because we need the car trailer. So got this all unloaded, went to fire up the car, and lo and behold, it doesn't want to stay running because the alternator failed. So it was the last test day of the year. We weren't able to make the test day because the alternator was like 2 hours away. By the time we would have gotten there, got back, fixed it, got to the track, it didn't make sense. So it's parked for the winter. But that means we have to do something I've been putting off. It's got water in the engine. I live up north. Water freezes. Hopefully it's not frozen already. That would kind of suck. It's definitely a little solid. So I think I'm gonna put the heater in front of it, and we'll drain this out and put it away for the winter. This bumper's not really attached to anything, so we should just be able to unclip it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the thermostat out and drain it all that way. Oh yeah, that'll heat that up real quick. We'll pop the thermostat out down here. Ooh, that water's cold. There we go. It definitely wasn't as much water as I would have liked to seen come out of it. So I'm just going to let this run in here and get it a little closer. If there is any ice in there, melt it out. The other thing I got to do is there's still ice or water in the ice box here. Let's see how bad this is. Okay. That I'm not as worried about, because if that's to rupture, it's whatever. So I think I'm going to do is get like a drill pump it out. And I'm probably just going to put some coolant in there and run it through and keep doing that a little bit, because I can always, that's not that big a deal. The reason they want water in the engine is if you were to grenade it, you don't have to put a bunch of coolant on the track. Unfortunately, that's like the last updated video for this year. That being said, this winter, I'm mostly going to be focusing on the Pontiac. Not to say that this car isn't going to get worked on, but it's going to be less than last year. I do want to do an input-output expander, because there's a couple things I want to add yet. I want to add 4 wheel speed sensors, and I want to add a clutch switch. That way we can have working launch control, and I can dial in the center diff control based on individual wheel speed. Not a lot to be done on this car yet. Unfortunately, we didn't get nearly as much testing done last year as I would have liked. It just kind of is what it is. I do want to put some non-E85 in the tank too and let it run for a minute or two to get the ethanol out of the injectors, but that's also not that big a deal as well. One of the other things I think I want to do is, because remember the whole budget was, stock coil or stock suspension, stock wheels and tires. I still kind of want to go on that, but I think I want to buy some coilovers, buy some wheels and tires. That way when we go to the track, we can run it, and then we can swap the part on and see how much quicker it gets just by doing that. I think that'd be cool data. So anyway, that's where we're going to leave this video. If you're looking forward to more Drag WRX content, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time.